Hey everybody, happy Monday, top 5 decks. Let's get right into it. I just wanted to go over a couple of small things. I grabbed the last week's data and looked up between bronze through gold, and I went through all regions. Look at the amount of decks there is to play right now. Yes, we got Hunter, we got Paladin, we have Druid, we have Warlock, Shaman, Warrior. There is so many decks that you can play right now in so many different classes that are above 50% win rate. This is huge. I really like that there's not like 2 or 3 in here and that's it. And the cool thing is also, it's, one that's tier 1 that's like, really, really high. Some people are complaining that the meta is absolutely destroyed. For bronze through gold, I don't see it's absolutely destroyed. But please, leave me a comment. If you think that the meta needs a huge turnaround and it needs a huge makeover, let me know. But I'm not seeing anything here other than, hey, listen, there's a lot of opportunity for you to be able to go above 50% win rates on a whole bunch of different classes. So let's go into the top 5 decks that I found for this week. These are below 5,000 dust. These are above 50% win rates. They're different from last week, and I heard in the comments from last week's video, they said, hey, listen, it's a little bit difficult for us to see the actual cards that are being discussed. So I figured that, let me try this. Let me see if this works a little bit better. Let me know how things are. Let me know if you like this way or what have you. So we're going to go from lowest dust to highest amount of dust. We have Warrior with Control Warrior, and it's at a 52.3% win rate right now. It costs 0 dust whatsoever. So this is just a Control Warrior deck. I love the fact that there's a bunch of legendary cards in here, but these are core cards. You shouldn't have any problems playing these because they're in here. One of the things I wanted to say that, your goal here, the other cards that are in this, the other minions, if you will, that are in this deck are taunt minions. So this Armadillo is something that you're definitely going to want to put out sooner than later. At the end of your turn, give all taunt minions in your hand +2/+2. This will help very good with Sword Eater. This will make Sword Eater a bigger Sword Eater, which is great. Flight and Flunky, I can never say that right. And then this one discovers a taunt minion, so try to get that one out as quickly as possible. We got Ziliax. Ziliax is amazing as well. You throw that in there, so try to sit there and work on that curve a little bit. But then there's just also a lot of control pieces here. You got Execute. That's easy to mess around with. You got Shield Slam. Those two combined is able for you to clear pretty much a lot of the board. Slam is available. Bash is available. Blade Storm. So there's a lot of opportunity here. It is very good right now in bronze through gold. Like I said, it's a 52.3% win rate. The lower you are on the ladder, so if you're bronze 10, bronze 9, bronze 8, you should have no problems getting out of that. So try this one. Control Warrior. It's a good deck. Next one up, Unholy Death Knight. So I tried to get 5 decks that were, each one of them was, Unholy, Blood, and Frost Death Knight with 0 mana. Didn't work. I apologize in advance. But this one is 0 dust with a 56.6% win rate. I mentioned it a little bit last week, so it's the Unholy comp. You work to get your corpses up, and you work to gain as many corpses as possible using all these spells. And you've seen these spells before. You've seen these spells. You've seen this minion before. Chillfallen Baron has been around for, since forever, and it's an amazing card. I love it. Graveyard Shift. This will help you clear maybe some smaller boards. Army of the Dead. Raise up to 5 corpses to get 2/2 Risen Ghouls with Rush. The idea is building up that corpse as much as you can so you could do Lord Marogar, and you'll have a huge swingy turn board. So it's, again, 56.6% win rate. It's 0 dust for this Unholy Terror. Next up here, Blood. Let's go to Blood. Blood Death Knight is 0 dust as well with a 55.1% win rate. It's got Body Bagger. I like Body Bagger. I like the art. You'll see it if you saw it in the thumbnail. You know what I'm talking about. Heart Strike. Deal 3 damage to a minion. If that kills it, gain a corpse. That's easy to play. Noxious Cadaver. All of these cards right here are just blood cards, and they're very good to destroy a minion, deal 3 damage to your hero. That's good with this huge minion on board for your opponents. Chill Fallen, again. Tar Creeper. Don't see this one too much, at least in the higher ranks that I've seen recently. This one's a good card. I loved it when it was first coming out. I loved it so much I crafted it gold, so that's telling you something. Death Strike. Lifesteal, deal 6 damage to a minion. This one's such a pain in the butt. I like it though. Remorseless Winter, deal 2 damage to all enemies. Draw a card. This is just the blood archetype. Deathbringer Saurfang's in here too. This one I like, especially if you're playing and you've got a very good time. Like if you have a lot more health that your opponent does, you can mess with this one a lot. Do a good amount of damage with this. Corrupted Ashbringer. This one's a great card. 5/2 lifesteal. That'll help you. No Muncher and Patchwork. Both of these are amazing as well. This deck is tough to beat when you're at the lower ranks. So again, Zero Dust, 55.1% win rate. Try this one out. Okay, what other ones have we not done? Let's go and look at... Let's do Priest. I know it's the same amount, but let's do Priest. Listen, don't complain to me right now that I did not craft Soulburner Varia. I had it, and I dusted it for some silly reason. I don't remember why I did it, but I did it, and I'm not using this deck right now. But this is 3,280 dust with a 59.9% win rate. I joke around about Priest all the time. I am not a huge fan of the class. You guys know this, but this deck is pretty tough to beat, especially at your lower ranks. It's just Priest cards. I mean, after you play an undead this turn, give it Reborn. This is Undead Priest, so all of them are undead. Arms Dealer. After you summon an undead, give it a +1 attack. It's just undead after undead. This has the Dark Bishop Benedictus, so if the spells in your deck are all shadow, enter shadow form, which does damage instead of healing. And yeah, with Soulburner Varia, if I was playing this deck right now and I had this, I would work on crafting this deck. After a friendly undead dies, deal 2 damage to the enemy hero and get a random Shadow Priest spell. That's a good card. It's a good card for 3 mana as well and a 1/5. You put this down fast enough, you're in a good spot. So yeah, it's 59.9% win rate. There wasn't a lot of cards. There wasn't a lot of decks right now that were below 5,000 that I saw that had a high enough win rate for me to put it in here. So I have this one in here. Let me know your thoughts on it. If you're looking to spend Zero Dust, I gave you 3 options as well. Number 5. Let's go at number 5. And that's the Mage. This is just a Mage deck. It's a Mech Mage deck, excuse me. 3280 Dust with a 59.9% win rate. So listen, Mage is not going anywhere. Mage has Rainbow. Mage has Mech. Rainbow's much more expensive than this, but this is what we have so far. So it's just the simple Mech comp. One of the things you want to remember is Mecha Shark is your friend. That really can tear up the board, especially if you're sitting there and using C4 Gateway. You should know the mech comp by now. It's pretty easy to play if you do it right. Replicating Menace is also your friend, especially when you're trying to do the Mecha Shark thing. So there's turns that you could do to make Mecha Shark really good for you, and then Ziliax to round everything out at the end. This is a good card as well. This used to have, it has Pazik right now. So it used to have Oni. If you do have Oni, you can put that in. I think it's Oni. Wait, is it Oni? I might be wrong on that. Is it Oni? Ini is the name of the card that I was thinking of. This, the Mech Mage used to have Ini Stormcoil. If you have this card, go ahead and try it as a tech. You can swap it with any of the other ones. You want to use this to replicate your good mechs, not any mechs. So the idea is if you have this, definitely use it, but don't feel like it's absolutely necessary. Some people do, some people don't. If you've been playing for a little while, you might already have this because Mech Mage was pretty cheap when Voyage to the Sunken City came out. I didn't put many twist decks in here, only because there's not many to give you below 5,000 dust. There's a couple options here. There's Warlock, 59%, Warlock 63%. You can go Hunter, Warlock, you can go a little bit of Shaman, a little bit of Mage, but anything more than that is gonna cost you dust. So if you want to mess around with Hunter. It's less than 2,000 dust. Warlock is really close. 2220 gets you 63.3% win rate, but remember also the number of games is small. This doesn't mean that this is the only amount games. This is just recorded games. So understand that your mileage is going to vary from that. Give it a shot that way. I'll include a couple of the deck codes, Warlock and Hunter and maybe a Shaman or what have you. But, for the most part, Twist is in a wacky place right now. I'm hoping that, over time, Twist will have a good meta, not just one or two decks. It looks like the last couple have been like, hey, listen, if you're not playing this class or this class, you're just not playing this mode. So that's it. That's all I got for this week. Please let me know your thoughts. Tell me what you see on here. I got 856 subs. I am on the road to 1,000 subs. I'm going to do some giveaways as soon as we hear about the announcements of the new expansion, which should be super soon. We might even hear about it this week. So stay tuned and stay subbed. Thanks. Have a good day.